So welcome back to my channel. This is GamerDom and this is a new subscriber replay from Private Parts, which is a great name. Private Parts on the EU server. He is driving the German tier 8 medium tank, the Panther 88. Now this is a 917 game, and in 917 the Panther 88 got a buff, like a lot of the premium tanks that were deemed to be badly performing. It got a buff, and one of the things, I think the thing it got primarily from memory was around its increase in speed. God blimey, don't shake it around like that, dude. Yeah, around its, this isn't me shaking the tank, this is our friend Private Parts. Yeah, so it got a buff to its speed, so it's now able to keep up with the other mediums. It was always a really slow tank, and well, not really slow, but pretty slow for a medium, and you had to play it very defensively. Now I wonder now how it's changing. So we are on Karelia. It's an assault game. He's top tier, which is rather good, and obviously in assault games you have to, primary objective is to defend your cap. You have just 10 minutes to hold the cap against the enemy. So he's come out to the north, and generally what teams do is they push up each flank. Sometimes they forget to defend the middle, but generally they push up each flank. He's trying to get a shot on this Swedish TD, gets spotted for his troubles, couldn't get the shot unfortunately. These Swedish TDs, as we know, have a oh, he got blocked, a really good gun depression. You finish him off. Oh, that's the magic shoebox. I love that thing. So I've got a Panther 88, but I haven't played it since the buff. So I'm intrigued to see how this game works out for him. So he's been very aggressive. Now the Panther does have pretty good turret armor. Well, reasonable, but he's up against a T29, another Panther 88, and the model, the Mod 1. It's going to be hard to bounce his first shot off the top plate of the Mod 1, but he managed to put one under the lower plate this time. They're being flanked by one of our tanks. Oh, he takes a big hit this time from the Mod 1. Yeah. That's not going so well for you, buddy. Hasn't resorted to any premium, however, and he's doing his job. He's holding these guys. The longer they're defending here and taking punishment, the less likely they are to get to our cap. Puts one under the lower plate of the T29, who just doesn't seem to understand the concept of getting hulled down. T29 has a titanium turret, and yet just doesn't seem to be able to use it in this game. Trying to get shot, never going to go through the top plate of a Mod 1. They're just too strong. But the Mod 1's having to pull back because he's being hit by something. Now he's got a lower plate shot, and there you go, takes him down. Oh, and the T29 went down too. So it looks like they've cleared this side of flank. You can see the other flank is holding up quite well as well. A bit more defensive up there, and Private is just waiting to see what happens. He's letting the VK do the spotting, which is a good thing to do. He's telling his team don't push, and he's dead right, because it's one of the problems you see happen on assault games. The defender is they get carried away. They think, oh great, we're winning this, and they push on up. And I've seen it. In fact, I did it a game just last week where we were attacking actually, and the defending team did exactly what Private Parts team have done, and they won this 1-2 line. We were attacking up the 9-0 line, we pushed through that way and we cut them off, and there was no way they could get back in time to defend the cap. So we took the cap, and there were about 4 tanks stuck up round here who couldn't get back. So you have to be really careful. I always say you have to earn the right to counter-attack in this variant of the game. So he's trying to get a shot on that Scorpion G. Don't know what the Scorpion G is doing down here. Again, he's got distracted from his task. It's 5 minutes into the game, and he's sitting here defending. Puts a shot into where that Scorpion was. Pretty sure that was a hit, but it's interesting his sixth sense didn't go off. He's waiting for this Panther 2 to come down. You can see down there, he's waiting for him to go. Oh, and there's an M6 out there as well. You can see he's toying with the idea of going for the M6. Oh, there's the Scorpion again. Puts another shot into him. Very nice. VK's coming over. The Panther's coming over. It looks like they know they're in danger there, and they've pulled back. He's done 1200 damage. He's going to move forward, try and get on the other side, maybe get a shot on the M6. No, I would have gone around the other side of that rock. Oh, and there's a T-43 down there too. My goodness me, the enemy really have forgotten what they're supposed to be doing here. Tries to put a shot in there, but 43 had managed to get safe. He bounces a shot from E25. There's an E25 as well. Oh my goodness. The stealth tank out there. VK gets taken out by the Scorpion G. So the game's getting back to even again. 7 plays 5. However, oh, there's the stealth tank. Oh, where did that shell go? German accuracy. Look at that. Puts one straight into him. Not sure that E25 can see him. Oh, and he tracks him with that shot. Nice shot, but he repairs the track. Don't think he's going to get another one. Lets off the automatic. But the thing is, the enemy team are fighting out hard here, but the reality is they're not getting anywhere near the cap. So it doesn't really help them in the long run. There's a VK down there as well. He takes out the stealth tank, which I've still peed off that Wargaming sold again this year, after saying they would never do so. Yeah, Wargaming, worthless. Their word is worthless. Never mind. So he's trying to get a shot on that T-25-2. And there's only just over 3 minutes left, and you can see both the flanks have fallen. His team have pushed down the 9-0 line. Oh, there's the 25-2. Puts one shot in. Will he get another chance to reload and fire? This gun reloads pretty quickly, and then typical. 92 health, and he manages to miss the kill shot. Well, he hit him, but didn't penetrate him. Now the enemy team are getting a little bit more aggressive, pushing forward because they know the game's over. They're probably just trying to take a bit of do a bit of damage before the game finishes. There's the VK. VK's just out of his depth in this sort of matchup. I quite like the VK, but it's a tier 6 heavy, which isn't really heavy. There's a bit of turret armor, but not on this company. So that's it. There's just a Scorpion. Can he get him? Just to finish the game off, and the Scorpion's just fired and not looking at him, so he can get some surprise booty sacks on him there. One shot. Will he get the kill blow? No, he won't. But nicely done. Pushed up beautifully around the 1-2 line. Didn't overcommit too quickly, but once it became clear the enemy weren't going to get anywhere near his cap, he worked with his team to push on and used the really good accuracy and gun handling of the Panther 88 to good effect. And I think we saw the speed was considerably better than it has been in the past, so that's good to see. I must get mine out and play it and see what it feels like. So that ended up being an ace tanker, spotter, duelist, and fire for effect. Nice game from Private Parts, really good. Finished top on his team on base XP. Second on the damage charts behind the Scorpion G. He got 3,086 damage, 3 kills, 1,244 base XP. Nice. Fired 23 shots in all, hit with 19 of them, penned with 14. Most of that, well, no, almost half of that was distance, long range, over 300 meters. He took 9 shots in return, only 3 of which penned, 6 of them bounced. He did a really good job of angling and using the. This thing isn't blessed with a lot of armor, but it has enough. It's a bit like the normal Panther. It's very well angled, and you can bounce things from time to time in it. So he bounced 1,400 damage, which is very good, and he also did 1,600 assistance damage because the view range on it is also very good. he made a whopping 389 credits. He's running a premium account. Even with costs, that came just down to just shy of 98,000 profit. Really good. And if he hadn't been running a premium, that would have been 62,000 game. Experience wise, he got the bonus obviously for being in a premium tank, gave him a very nice 2053 experience for that crew. It's probably one of his German medium crews that's been trained up, so nice bit of bonus experience for them. Would have been 1369 in a non-premium tank. Really nice game, Private. Thanks for sending that one in, really appreciate it. So this time we're out with our old friend Man in a Can. Man's really good, as you've seen, and seems to love his lighter tanks, but this time he's in, well, technically this is a tank destroyer. This is the tier 4 American TD, the M4A1, but a bit like the T67, which is at tier 5. This thing is probably like a light tank crossed with a, there's the T67 in front, light tank crossed with a TD. It's very nimble, very stealthy, as an okay gun. So we're here, we're on Marivanka. It's a tier 5 game, so he's not top tier, but it's a fairly even matchup, I guess. So he's coming up to sort of a normal kind of snipey TD type position up here in these bushes on the top here. He's got binos, he's got camo, and he's going to try and get some early spots. He probably doesn't need to, because that Covenanter will probably spot everything now, but at least he can provide fire support as he is a TD, and it's quite a stealthy little beastie, this. I have to confess I don't really remember playing it. It was so long ago I had it, and I can't honestly remember, because I've played 30 odd thousand games, so I tend to forget very quickly, but I see some cracking play in it, so I think it's quite a fun little tank. I love my 67, and I've kept that all the time. Well, in fact, I rebought it. Oh, there's one of the new Swedish TDs. Turret traverse a little slow, and he's missed the opportunity to fire on that. But there's a Hetzer coming over the hill. There's a Hetzer coming over the hill. He's got no outline. Now he has. There we go. Punchy little gun. Very much like the T67. Not the most accurate thing in the world, but really punchy. And there you go, he takes down that Hetzer who just stayed up there too long. So he's got a shot on the Swedish little thing, yeah. With a big bloom after he's fired. Missed that last shot, which would have probably, would have almost killed him. Don't think he's going to get the kill on there. But he's done a lot of damage already. 385 damage, which is not bad in the tier 4 tank. Some people were pleased with that in the whole game. So there's the IKV 72, which is a lovely little tier 3 TD. He's trying to finish off the enemy IKV. There's a big snarl up going on in the cap by the look of it. Our Covenant has died, so has our IKV as well, so it's suddenly not looking so good for his team. It's 5-1 in the enemy's team favour. There's one of those Czech light tanks, bounced off his side armour. All the indignity. Oh, and there's a Lago. Oh, that's a bit tricky. But the Lago's not paying attention to him, and he's able to just put shell after shell. It's a very rapid firing gun. There we go. Nicely done. Still that IKV 103's down there. He's not anymore. His team are losing 3-8. He's been hit by a Lee. Took out his engine, which is rather nasty. As is common with a lot of these very small tanks, when you get hit, you tend to have a lot of criticals because they're so small. Everything's kind of closely packed together internally, so you get a lot of crew damage, crew hurts, and you get a lot of equipment damage. So he hasn't repaired his engine yet, which is an odd thing, but I guess he's probably thinking, well, I'm going to lose this, so why do I want to spend the gold on or credits on repairing an engine that I'm not going to need? And he probably won't need it, to be fair, because he's going to be TDing now for a while. So he's working over that. Oh, that was unlucky. Oh, we finally got him. Wow, he was a bit unlucky. He had 2 shots hit the tracks and knocked out the enemy tracks. But but he managed to get that last shot when he was firing pretty much, well, he was flying blind, but he knew where they were. There's a Covenanter coming around through the middle. We've got 2 tanks in the cap, but the enemy keep resetting it quite easily. So he's coming right round to the back of the sort of baseline, where he can provide fire support for his heavies. Still hasn't fixed his engine. It hasn't hampered him too much. I love the fact now with the sound effects, the engine sounds like it's been blown. It really sounds horrible. Sounds like all the rivets and bolts are bouncing around internally. There's a Matilda on top, and that's going to be quite a tricky proposition. Can he put a shot into him? It's a one-shot kill. Yes, he can. Very nicely done. Very nicely done. This little punchy gun. 810 damage that he knows of. I'm pretty sure he's got one. Well, pretty sure he's got one, at least one blind shot that went in. Lee's down. Covenanter's coming round the outside. Or is he going to come over the top of the hill? So it's 9 plays 12, but actually his team aren't in too bad a position. And there you go, 10 plays 12. Because we've still got a KV-1S who's very, pretty much on full health. KV-1 who's quite a tough proposition to take down at this sort of tier game. Enemy have still got an artillery though, and he has hit somebody, so he's obviously no mug. Oh, that's a bad mistake, Mr. T-46. Why did you decide to come over there? Yeah, paid for it. There's a Wolverine. Oh, and man can't quite see him. He's moving around to try and get a shot. He takes down our KV-1, tracks the Wolverine with first shot, misses with the next. So, Wolverine versus KV-1S. I know who my odds are on. I think the KV-1S should win it. Wolverine's a very good tank. It's the only one I've got 3 marks on, but in a straight fight, it's a snipey ambush tank. It's not a straight fighter. Much like this thing, and look at this. He's working over that Covenanter. Covenanter's obviously seen he's there, and is now turning towards him. Is he going to charge up this hill? That would be pretty silly. He does. Covenanter's going to be able to fire a couple of times, but he managed to avoid the second shot. I don't know whether he ammo racked the Covenanter or what, but normally those things fire so rapidly. So we're down to a Wolverine and a Marder who we haven't seen, and a Wesp against a KV-1S, and man who suddenly is on 6 kills. Still hasn't fixed his engine. There goes the Wolverine. I told you I thought the KV-1S on a straight fight against a Wolverine almost always is going to win. So man's flying along. He's done a really good job of defending and supporting the heavies in the cap there. Stopped the enemy team from coming around the flank and the side. Now what's the chances that the Marder is AFK? We haven't seen him all game. He hasn't been lit up at all. But man's not going to take any risks. He's come up here, and you can see the KV-1S is likewise not taking any risks. He's on 42 health. He can't afford to. So man's covering the middle, got his biners up, having a good look around. KV-1S is saying help, 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 but I don't know what he expects man to do. Man's doing a far better job being where he is, with his view range out to the sea line almost, across the hill and out to the 7 line the other way. He should spot anything that tries to push the cap before it gets anywhere close to damaging the KV-1S. That was a blind shot by artillery. Do you see that explosion over there by the cap? So I think man's going to sit it out. I think he's on very, very low health himself. 94 health means well, any of the 2 remaining tanks can one-shot him, so he's obviously decided to sit it out. He could have gone and sat in the cap, but I'm not to criticise. I think he's doing the right thing. I'd probably do the same. Sit out here, keep an eye out for the enemy team trying to have a try for the cap. And I've been critical of him before. Apologies, man. I don't mean to be critical. When I look back at some of the videos, I have been a bit critical about your use of gold rounds. But he didn't use a single gold round in this match, not that I've seen anyway, so good job. And I'm not being critical of that because I use gold rounds, so I'm not going to complain about it, but I just think sometimes you leave the gold rounds in the chamber a bit too often. But this game, absolutely no problems at all. Really good game, played it beautifully, played played the mini-map, and that's something you got to do when you're you know, one thing you can learn as a beginner in this game is playing the mini-map. You recognize that the way things are going, and you react to them before they happen. So he moved off this spot to get round to the back of the cap to support the heavies. He stopped anything coming round the base of the hill or over the top of the hill, and as a result his team are going to win by cap. So GG, really good game. So that was an ace tanker. That was an ace tanker bruiser, 5 for effect. He got high caliber and top gun. Unsurprising, finished top on his team. 1,148 damage and 6 kills in a tier 4 tank. Very, very impressive. 922 base XP. Fired 27 shots, hit with 22 of them, and did damage with 18 of those. He took 2 hits himself. Isn't really blessed with armor, this thing, so they both went in and damaged him. As you saw, one took out his engine as well. 21,500 credits after costs, just shy of 20,000, so very nice job. Would have been over 12,000 with a non-premium account, and he made 1,383 experience for his crew, so really good job. Thanks for sending that one in again, man. So if you've got a game that you think I should feature on the channel, please upload it to the WOT replay site, as Man and Can did here. Send the link to me, to my email address down below in the details down below, and I will happily take a look at it. And if I think it's an interesting one and other players would enjoy watching it, I think, then I will upload it to the channel. So thanks for everyone who does. I've been getting a steady stream of them in now, so it's really nice. I guess that's with the viewer numbers going up, that means people more inclined to send in their games than previously, so appreciate that. It's great, and it's nice to be able to show some other people playing well in the channel. So thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click like, and if you haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel. It's free, and you get to see when I post stuff up on YouTube before anybody else, so that's really good. In the meantime, enjoy your games, have fun. Remember, it's just a game. Try not to take it too seriously, and I'll see you again soon. Gamer Dom out.